Hi everyone, we've got another shoe review today. This is the Evolv Shaman, which is a downturned, aggressive, kind of hard bouldering, hard sport climbing shoe, partly designed by Evolv and Chris Sharma. So we're going to go through some of the specs and then tell you what we think. So for the upper we have synthetic material, and then on the inner we've got a leather lining up to the heel and then a cotton lining for the heel, just for comfort. We've got a three Velcro closure system, and the middle one actually goes in the opposite direction, and Evolv says that's kind of to help suck the shoe up into the arch of your foot. For rubber we've got TRAX, and as you can see we've got a considerable amount covering the toe box here. And another little neat feature that they've built into the shoe is what they call the Knuckle Box. So what that basically means is they've built a bit more space in here so that when your toes are crimped up, there's less pressure on the knuckle of your big toe. They've also got the spoon dip on the sole of the shoe here, so it's just a little bit of a concave bit, which is then mirrored on the inside. So you've actually got a little bit of a bump on the sole of the shoe, so when your toes are crimped up again, you've got some material sort of filling that dead space there. And then two back tags, and that's about it for specs. You've also got a variable thickness rand, which is unique to Evolv, which basically means they put some more rubber on one part of the rand than another, just so that, if you're constantly sort of toe hooking here, the rubber isn't going to wear out super quick. So there we go. What do we think of the shoe? Well, first and foremost, when you put them on, you can definitely feel that the Downturned allows you to drive more power into the toe. You can definitely stand on extremely small things, shove your toe into pockets, and you feel supported, which is really nice. Edging is fantastic. The TRAX rubber is more than grippy enough, and just in general it feels very much like a technical shoe, and it can handle extremely hard boulder problems, overhangs, things of that nature. So one thing that the Shaman does particularly well, first of all, is the spoon dip here, as I mentioned before. Now this is not unique to Evolv, other companies do this, but this one is particularly concave. They've done it particularly aggressively, and as well for the love bump, and it does actually make a huge amount of difference to comfort. So I personally feel that it's a fantastic feature. The La Sportiva solution has it as well, but I just feel that the Shaman does this particularly well. Another great feature which we love is the comfort. So although the Knuckle Box initially did provide a little bit of a hot spot, once the shoes were loosened up, it was not a problem. And now, actually just in general, not just at the toes, but all over, the shoe is very comfortable, and it doesn't, you don't feel like your feet are kind of jammed in a vice, so to speak. Downsides for the shoe, well, the first thing we noticed, and we still do notice now, is the heel here. We were actually kind of disappointed in that it just doesn't seem to support the heel very well. In other words, it doesn't lock in. So, for myself personally, I'm used to climbing in 5'10" shoes and Sportiva shoes, and what those two manufacturers do particularly well is get a lot of tension around the Achilles portion of the heel, and you really feel like your heel is kind of locked in there, it's comfortable, and with the Shamans, we just feel that there's a little bit too much wiggle room. And the Shamans are fitted well to us. Don't get me wrong, we didn't go, half a size up too much. It's just that it's not quite supportive enough. And as well, there's a little bit of a bite here, just on the top of the heel. Again, when you're wearing the shoes, you're climbing in them, and you're walking around a little bit because they are comfortable enough for that. Just the bit here kind of bites into your Achilles, which isn't great. Now, I have to say, the heel isn't a huge damaging portion. The shoe still performs extremely well. It's just a feature that we were kind of disappointed in. And again, climbing shoes are a really subjective thing. And, I personally prefer the solutions just because of this heel cup feature. They have a 3D molded cup. But the Shamans are still great, and we're not necessarily saying that the solutions are better, or the Black Wings by 5'10", or the Nexos. It's really just personal choice, and this is a feature that we identified as a poor feature. So overall, we're giving the Shamans a thumbs up. You know, it's a pretty good shoe and it does the job particularly well. So if you're in the market for a downturned, more technical shoe, the Shamans are certainly worth a consideration. Try them on before you buy them, absolutely. And we hope you found this video helpful.